What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. I am again on the road just before I head back home. Got to get this filmed though. So if you enjoy the Scale News Update regularly, even when we're on the road, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. And let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, Team Associated, new factory team RC10T truck. Mainly same old underneath of this, but it's got the modifications made to be more ready for vintage racing without buying the ones that are just more designed to be current. So this weird middle ground of updated vintage to be more competitive in vintage racing. However that works, I don't know. But it's a new RC10, so we have to talk about it. Next, another new one. This is from 1UP RC, and this is their Asphalt late model RTR. Now, 1UP RC, these are small cars, but they're just super cool in general. Again, small scale, or whatever, small scale, but a scale type tube chassis underneath of the body. It's got a solid rear axle in there with a true 4-link or linked suspension underneath of there. It's an MOA solid axle. So the motor and transmission are built into that rear axle, but it's linked like a full-size late model would be. And then another cool thing that 1UP does is they're offering this in three different ways, three different colors kind of. You can get it with a clear unpainted body, or you can get it in a body that's molded either in white or black. So depending on the level of effort you want to go through to get this finished, you can choose whichever of those versions that you like, which is cool. I like that 1UP RC does that. It's a cool little difference between a ready to run and the other ready to runs that you commonly see. It does come with a FlySky radio, so if you run a different FlySky radio, as long as it matches the protocol that is being used, you could bind it to that. Worth checking if you see the extra value in that FlySky usage. $149 for this RTR. Really decent price overall. And again, I love the scale look side of things that they lean into with their products. Next, a new radio from RadioLink. This is the RC8P. Now, RadioLink has done quite a bit in the last however many years. This one is interesting. They're calling it like pocket sized. You can tell how compact this is. Well, maybe you can. Now, while the radio itself is interesting, I'm going to show you a screen recording of the site on the actual screen here now. So again, pocket-sized, large screen, they call it. And in a number of the photos, you can see that it's pretty small, but in the photos that they use, they're all AI generated. So the scale of this thing moves all over the place. It is, I'm showing you a white version, but it does come in multiple colors. It's got a built-in like simulator app that comes with it as well, so that you can practice or whatever. But like in this photo that I'm showing on the screen here, you can see it appears to be very small, but it varies in size. Here, the way that this person is holding, or not a person, the AI is showing it, like it would clearly be interfering with their hand or just like going straight through their hand. And you just see this over and over. A fingerless glove, or a single thumbless covered glove. I don't know how you want to say that. Just AI photo after AI photo used in this one. This one even shows that it has almost a dead battery. But, you see it kind of throughout this whole thing as far as what they're doing. And I don't think that hardly any of these photos are actually taken. Driving an F1 car off-road, I know that we saw David Coulthard do that in Texas a long time ago, but you can see how much bigger the radio looks in their hands even in this particular photo. It's all over the place. And again, the AI stuff drives me nuts, but that's just kind of the way so much of the things go. But as I mentioned, this does come in multiple colors as well. The all white version is what you kind of saw in those photos, but they also have a Sakura pink, a neon green, and a piano black. So the wheel also matches the color of the radio, even though in some of those AI photos, the wheel itself was black. So either way, that's beyond that, 8 channels, color screen. it's nice. It's not, if you click the buy it now button on their website, it just takes you to a coming soon page. So I don't have the exact specs on that side of it yet. But, you know, the one thing that I do like is that the surface radio game is somewhat catching up to the air area, where multi-channel radios are becoming less and less expensive and becoming more and more realistic as far as the pricing goes and the features that we can get for the dollar. So I do like to see that. Next, from Killer Bodies, they have a rally platform coming out. This is the KR10 Rally Chassis, and they've got a kit version and an almost ready to run version that are coming out. And most of, or all of these details that I found so far are only available in Chinese, and the translations are very difficult to really nail down. But the almost ready to run version has a wider rear stance, it appears, than the kit version. Although again, it's very convoluted because it says that this is the first kit to come with wider rear tires, which I don't know if that's true or not, but it does have a wider stance in the back to match some of the body options that Killer Bodies does offer. Killer Bodies has some really good bodies, you know, no pun with the name. Hard bodies, things like that. They have a Lancia that they're showing with this one, and I think overall it's pretty cool. Now, there is a video that was put up by RC fans on YouTube that kind of showed some of this, but again, it was pretty much all in Chinese. And again, the interesting part was that they have running footage of this vehicle at the end of the video, but it's not real. All of the running footage that they show of this is just all AI generated. It's wild if we're just going to be at that stage where like there's not going to be any real media for these kits or these parts that you're getting. It's all just going to be random AI generated content that they're using for official advertising. I don't know. It seems wild. This video was posted on RC Fans YouTube channel, although I do believe that it is the Killer Bodies actual content that was created. So, you know, I would still ding Killer Bodies for that more than RC Fans, but either way, I don't know. It's just, we see it more and more every day, and it's so annoying on this side of things. Things that you should be able to like trust from the manufacturer is becoming the exact opposite. Then Tamiya has announced in July that they have a 1/12 scale RC Lunchbox Evo coming out. Now, from what I can tell, this is the first time that this has been actually announced. I know that the Lunchbox has been re-released, but the Evo is now a version that has got some significant performance updates or upgrades that were made to the platform to make it more durable or better driving, things like that. But it is still pretty much the Lunchbox underneath. I don't know much about the Lunchbox. I've never owned one or built one personally in the past, but this one is stated to be released from Tamiya in July. But if you don't want to wait until July, you could actually sign up for channel membership today because it's available for the channel. Ooh, I like that segue. If you want to help support the channel, you can use channel membership to do that. You also get access to videos early, like high production on the road videos like this. Then there's also additional behind the scenes videos, things like that. And again, it just helps support the channel. If you're interested in that at all, you can find a link down in the description below, and that will give you all of that info. And this month, thank you to Bash Maps for supporting the Scale News Update. I warned him in advance, like, hey, I'm going to be traveling. I hope you don't mind. And they don't, because Bash Maps is an app that was developed by hobbyists. They're in this with us. I see them at events, get to say hello, hang out. So this is a platform that you can go onto and find places to go crawl or bash, boat, fly. Then you can also find hobby shops. There's an event calendar. There's a marketplace where you can buy and sell RCs as well. It's available for both Android and iPhone, available on the App Store. And I hope that I've got the QR code at the bottom of this screen. Hopefully all of that lines up with my on-the-road production value. But their mapping also has like 3D terrain ability, so you can see exactly where you're going and what you can expect around you. Now the app is free to use, but if you want to get the Pro version, in the month of June, 100% of all the June Pro signups for new members goes directly to Operation 11 Charlie, which is a veteran nonprofit that helps support veterans struggling with PTSD with this outlet, which for those of us that already enjoy this hobby can probably help understand how much this hobby could do for them. So if you want to help support both Bash Maps and Operation 11 Charlie, June is definitely the best month to do that. And of course, the Pro membership is what helps fund Bash Maps year round. So that's the best way to support them if you're interested in that. So if you haven't already, go download Bash Maps. You can just search Bash Maps in your app store, or you can go to the link down in the description below. You can scan that QR code, download it. Thanks again to Bash Maps for supporting this month of the Scale News Update. This Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, like every Wednesday, live stream takeover with Matt and I. Come hang out as we talk about what's going on in the industry, what's going on in life, whatever it may be. It's a great time. Come hang out, chat with us, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you work for an RC company like seeing your products on the Scale News Update, send me an email to news@harleydesigns.com. Include a photo, a description, a link to where I can find it. Love to take a look at that. See if we can get included here in the Scale News. This week, DSM Off-Road launched a new product for the H10. This is like a whole rear bed system. It includes a detailed fuel cell, rear radiator setup, and some very nice, very recognizable storage solutions for the rear part of it that may resemble things that we often use in the real world. These things look great, and like a lot of DSM's offerings, they're available in both pre-printed or STL format. So depending on what you would rather have, if you don't want to mess with printing yourself or you just want to buy the files and save some cash, both are options. I'll link to where you can find that new product down below, of course, with the links to the rest of this week's stories. RCSpeedy posted up, they've got a new RB1 chassis coming out. RB likely standing for Rock Bouncer. This is a Rock Bouncer, if you're not familiar with it, they're southern US style buggies that are often these kind of swoopy, like artistically styled cages, usually much less performance oriented as far as the design, and a lot of a more flair style, similar to what you see here. Now, he showed this built in a few different ways. One with the H10 drivetrain, which I've shown pictured in the video here. So that one, VFD transmission system in their H10 axles, but he also had it shown built up with AR60 axles in case you want this to be a bigger overall setup. This is currently only on pre-order. They are not shipping yet. So if you're interested in picking one of these up, you can go over to the RCSpeedy site, select a number of different options that are available for it, and check out that way, and then figure out however long that pre-order wait is going to be. Or you could wait longer, maybe see exactly what the finished ones are going to look like, because he does say there's going to be some modifications made to this for link and shock geometry and things like that. So this one's not on pre-order yet. It's only a teaser, but H-Tech posted up, they've got an aluminum roof rack option that's going to be available for the Vanquish Origin body, like that comes in the Origin Classic and Origin Classic Pro. So gonna bolt on top there and just give you this billet CNC machined roof rack option for that, in case you just feel like that is something that you would like to add. This is only posted on their social media, has not made it to their site yet, but H-Tech's pretty quick about cycling these through. So if you're seeing a teaser now, you're likely going to see the real product in a week or two, would be my guess. And H-Tech's stuff has been reasonably priced for the most part, so I don't think this one's going to give many people much sticker shock. But that's going to do it for this week's Scale News Update. For this week's question, I have obviously been traveling home, which this is Kansas City, not exactly where I grew up, about 200 miles from where I grew up. But since I don't have a specific RC question for this week, let me know, how far are you from where you call home? You down the street, across the state, across the US, across the world? You don't have to give me the street name you grew up on, your first pet's name. Just, you can do it miles, meters, kilometers, whatever you want. I appreciate all of you guys watching. As always, thanks for putting up with my on-the-road versions of this show as well. But that is going to do it for this one. Thanks again for watching. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel a whole bunch. It's going to do it. I'll see you on the next one.